So today we're digging into Eva Green and that incredible, unnerving intensity she has. You know what I'm talking about. It's what makes her so uniquely compelling, especially when she's playing villains or these really complex, morally gray characters. Let's get into it. So let's just get right to the heart of it. The core idea from the analysis we're looking at is this. Eva Green is pretty much the best at portraying moral ambiguity. It's not about playing a hero or a villain. It's about that messy, unsettling, and honestly, totally captivating space in between. And that's really the key, isn't it? The source we're drawing from points out that even when she's not supposed to be the bad guy, she just contaminates everything with this sense of menace. Like her stillness feels predatory, the way she looks at you feels like a challenge. It's this incredible quality that makes even her good guys feel a little dangerous, and her actual villains, oh, they feel absolutely mythic.
Okay, so let's start with her most straightforward villains. We're talking about the unapologetic antagonists, the characters who know they're bad and absolutely love it.
First one up is Artemisia from 300 Rise of an Empire. I mean, think about that movie. It's all hyper-masculine action, right? But she is the absolute engine driving the whole thing, both emotionally and strategically. She's basically a weapon created from trauma, and she just owns every single scene.
But what's so interesting about her? It's not that she's just cruel, it's that she is so competent. The analysis we're looking at says she totally destabilizes the world of that movie because she's beyond simple ideas of good and evil. For her, it's all about leverage. That's it. And she's basically daring everyone around her to try and keep up. All right, next, let's talk about Angelique Bouchard in Dark Shadows. This is a classic scorned lover story, but cranked up to 1,000. She's a witch, she gets rejected, and she spends the next few centuries getting revenge on the guy and his entire family. And this quote just nails it. She knows she's in this big, over-the-top gothic melodrama, and she decides she's gonna win. She leans into how theatrical it is. Her anger isn't wild, it's regal, almost like she's bored by it all. Her revenge isn't some messy, emotional explosion. No, it's played as the most logical, calculated thing to do when someone rejects you. Okay, and from there, we get to what our source calls her absolute masterpiece of pure, uncut villainy. We're talking about Ava Lord in Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. This role is just something else. It's a total masterclass in manipulation, and there's no sad backstory to make you feel sorry for her. Nope, she is ruthless, she's predatory, and she uses her sexuality as a weapon, a tool for control. It's like she's daring you, the audience, to look away. Eva Green isn't asking you to like Ava Lord, she's commanding you to watch her. Okay, so that's the pure villain. But now things get even more interesting. Let's look at the corrosive survivors. These are characters where being a villain isn't really the point. It's just a tool they have to use to survive. A perfect example is Sibylla in Kingdom of Heaven. She's in such a tough spot, this totally gray moral area where she's trapped by politics, by the brutal realities of power during the Crusades. And the analysis calls this her most corrosive performance. What does that mean? It means she plays Sibylla with this quiet, chilling determination. Over and over, she chooses to survive, even if it means sacrificing her morals. It's this really subtle, devastating picture of what happens to a person's empathy when it's just under constant pressure. And then there's Vesper Lynd. From Casino Royale, we have to talk about Vesper. She's the character who didn't just challenge James Bond, she completely broke him and then remade him into the man we saw for the entire Daniel Craig era. So if you put these two side by side, you see these two different kinds of subtle villainy. Sibylla makes a moral compromise to survive politically. Vesper makes an emotional one. She doesn't fight Bond with guns. She outplays him on an emotional level, and that leaves a scar that literally defines his character for years to come. So all of this, it all builds to one role. The one that the analysis argues is the ultimate expression of everything Eva Green does on screen. And that is, of course, Vanessa Ives in Penny Dreadful. Because it was a TV show, her character's darkness had time to, well, the word the source uses is metastasize. It had time to grow, to rot, to spread over multiple seasons. See, Vanessa isn't a villain in the normal sense, but she is the absolute center, the axis, that all the evil in that show revolves around. And what's so incredible about her performance here is this fusion of spiritual anguish with this powerful sense of authority. Vanessa believes in God, but she is never, ever submissive to him. She literally argues with God. And when she's possessed, it's not just a scary horror scene. It's a full-on philosophical debate with the devil himself. It's amazing. Okay, so this brings us to the big question, why? Why does the villain label stick to her so well, even when she's playing a hero or a victim?
Well, the analysis we're exploring asks that exact question. And the answer it comes up with? It has almost nothing to do with good versus evil. It has everything to do with power.
It really comes down to a few key things she brings to these roles time and time again. Her characters have agency. They do things. They don't just have things done to them. They have appetite. They're allowed to want things, sometimes too much, and they never apologize for it. They make big choices and they live with the consequences. And maybe most importantly, they have this powerful conviction, this self-belief that is never softened up to make us, the audience, feel more comfortable. And that right there, that's the key takeaway. Her characters make choices and they deal with what comes next. So even when they fail on their own terms. Their downfall isn't some moral lesson from the writers punishing them for their ambition. No, it's just the price they knew they might have to pay for being in control.
So, at the end of the day, we're left with this really powerful thought. The reason Eva Green is so magnetic on screen isn't because her characters are likable. It has nothing to do with that. It's about conviction. It's about the absolute, unwavering belief she brings to every single choice her characters make. And that is why she is so often the most alive, the most intense, the most compelling thing you're watching.